Well, welcome back to the Chef Dad. Today, I'm going to be making some chocolate chip cookies, probably the best chocolate chip cookies I've ever made. I make them maybe weekly now, something like that. I don't know if that's good or not, but I really hope you enjoy this one because it really is the best. Now, this cookbook that we'll be using is called the Blue Willow Inn Cookbook. I've used this for some other recipes. It was in Southern Living, something top recipes. What was it? Voted best small town restaurant in the South by Southern Living. I don't know. I've made plenty of recipes out of here. The restaurant is in Social Circle, Georgia. It's still there. So let me know in the comments if you've been there. There's everything from chicken and dumplings in here, the fried chicken, the cabbage casserole, the mashed potato cakes, to sausage and gravy, meatloaf, chess pie, and then here we are with Melanie's chocolate chip cookies. So here's what it says. It says, plump and buttery, these fragile cookies are a legacy of the mother of the former Blue Willow employee, Melanie Jackson. Melanie's mom hailed from Missouri, but the chocolate chip cookies, such as these, are a favorite pretty much everywhere in the USA. Anyways, I'm going to go through all the ingredients that we need, and then we're going to get straight into it and start making these. So today, we're going to need 1 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour. So I've got 1 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour. Ready to go. Set that aside. We're going to need 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Found the baking soda. Then we're also going to need 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 eggs, 2 sticks of butter that we're going to melt and cool. So that'll be the first thing that we're probably going to do. And then 3/4 cup firmly packed light brown sugar. I've got that. And then we're also going to need 1/4 cup of just regular sugar. So I've got both in here. And then here's the secret ingredient to these cookies. I highly recommend if you make chocolate chip cookies that you add this. You're going to just need some vanilla pudding, Jello. And I think they use a 3.4 ounce, so 3.4 ounce package of instant vanilla pudding. Really good. It gives a really good texture to it as well. And then 1 teaspoon of vanilla, pure vanilla extract. And then, of course, your 1 12-ounce package of semi-sweet chocolate chips or milk chocolate, whatever you prefer. We'll be doing the semi-sweet mini ones. I really like the mini morsels or the mini chocolate chips, whatever. Those are my favorite. They work really good in this because when we do scoop these and place them and bake them, we're going to do kind of smaller cookies. You'll see. Because I think this makes, yes, about 36 2 to 2.5 inch cookies. In a bowl, we're going to combine the flour, the baking soda, and the salt. So let's go ahead and do that. So in a bowl, well, you've already got this bowl with the flour, right? That is 1 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour. Now we're going to add 1 teaspoon of baking soda to this, and also 1 teaspoon of salt. There's a teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of salt. And I'm just gonna mix this up a bit. All right, got the first part done. We'll set that aside. Now, what are we doing next? In a separate bowl, we're gonna combine the eggs and the butter. So I've got to melt that butter and let it cool. Totally forgot to do that. We need 2 sticks of butter melted and cooled. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my, oh, something fell back there. I don't know what that was. Grab my handy dandy Pyrex here. And we're going to take both of these butter sticks. Just drop them straight into here. Then we're going to throw a paper towel on top of this. Throw it in the microwave for 60 seconds. And then we shall let that cool. We'll go ahead and get our 2 eggs into our bowl. All right, so I'm gonna just cover this real quick. And then like I said, we're just gonna microwave this for 60 seconds. Here we go. All right, we got our butter. So I'm just gonna let this cool, set this aside. Now, while we're letting the butter cool, what we can do is we can go ahead and skip ahead and we can preheat the oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. And then another thing we can do is we can go ahead and get a cookie sheet ready, and we'll get some parchment paper on that. Our cookie sheet. All right. There we go. Got our cookie sheet ready. Get that put aside. Still waiting for this to cool and waiting for that oven to preheat. So see you in a second. Well, I got to do another tray. We're going to have to swap them out because this is making a lot of cookies. So one more tray. Perfect. All right. Well, this is pretty much totally cooled now. So we shall continue where we left off. Basically, all we need to do now is in a separate bowl, we need to combine the eggs and the butter. Got a separate bowl right here. Let's go ahead and add the eggs and the butter. Adding in the 2 eggs here. And then adding in the butter. Now we mix. Now it says to mix this until it's creamy, so we'll go ahead and do that. We're going to add the brown and the white sugar. And then, of course, we'll also need the pudding. Pudding's going in. Yellow. And then we'll need 1 teaspoon of the vanilla. 1 teaspoon vanilla. Now we're just going to mix this well. Now we're just slowly going to add in this flour. So we'll put a little bit first. Put a little bit more in. And then we'll mix. All right. And we'll add the rest of the flour there. And then we'll mix. Now we're going to add our bag of the semi-sweet chocolate chips. We're going to want to mix this by hand just until it's incorporated. Or just until it's mixed in. Our cookie mix here, ready to go. Looks really, really good. The cookie dough looks awesome. Mixed in just right, exactly how it should look. Yeah, not over mixed at all, perfectly in there, or perfectly mixed up. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna make 2 different size cookies because it says what we wanna do is we wanna preheat the oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit, so we're good with that. And then you're gonna drop the batter by heaping teaspoonfuls, 2 inches apart onto a prepared cookie sheet, and we'll bake 11 to 13 minutes. I'm gonna bake them for 11 minutes, and then we'll see where we're at, and then I'll show you right now exactly how we're gonna put these. So the first size I'm gonna use is I'm gonna use this bigger one, and then I've got a teaspoon here, and we're gonna do the, I guess, smaller heaping teaspoonfuls. So we'll just kind of see a little bit of a bigger one, a little bit of a smaller one, 2 separate cookie trays, and we'll see how it turns out. Go ahead and get my
first tray down here. Just make sure that's in there good.
What we're going to do is we're going to start off, yeah, like something like that. Just like this, right? There we go. So I'm just going to do them all just like that. So, looking good. Let's go ahead and get these in the oven. 11 minutes. We are preheated. And see if I spread those apart enough. Probably not. But see you in 11 minutes and we'll see how those turn out. All right. Well, the first batch is done. Let's see if we can put them too close together. Well, they look good. They're definitely, yeah, they look pretty dang good. Some of them are touching, but whatever, looks awesome. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get this second one in. And I did it with the same scoop thing because the teaspoon thing was giving me a problem. But I tried to make them just a tad bit smaller. So go ahead and get those in. We'll go 11 minutes again. And yeah, we'll let these cool a little bit and then give them a try. They look awesome. Check it out. One more look here. All right. Looking awesome. All right, so. Yeah. Amazing. The edges are golden brown. It's nice and thin, right? It's chewy in the middle. It's got a crunch on the outside. This is like a cafe cookie. Really, really, really good. When I think of a chocolate chip cookie, this is what I think of. We got 6 more minutes on the last batch, but I hope you enjoyed this one. Let me know in the comments below if you have any tips or tricks when it comes to making chocolate chip cookies. I highly recommend that you make these. These to me are the best chocolate chip cookies. They remind me of when I was a kid. It reminds me of my childhood. When you go to a cookie store or something like that, it's got that smell, everything. 10 out of 10. Highly recommend it. Thanks for watching the Chef Dad. And as soon as those are done, I will pull those out and show those to you, of course. And also let me know what you wanna see me make. This is the Blue Willow Inn Cookbook. All right, well, here comes the second batch. Here we go. Just finished with these. Let's check them out. Oh yeah, these ones turned out nice, real nice. Look at that. Awesome, right? A little bit better. But thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.